hard time staying back.
Okay, all set to go. And the batter will be the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. That one is absolutely belted. That's back. Gone. That one made it to the upper tank. The first batter of the game. The lead. It's 1-0. Juan Soto now. Chop back up the middle. Lindor. They get the out on Soto. Here's Pete Alonso.
The first baseman, Pete Alonso.
Outside with a breaking ball.
3-1.
That's ball four. Tried another fastball but missed the spot. Man at first. And next for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo. Missed with a changeup. Now 2 balls and a strike.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone,
he's McNeil. Lindor, that's one. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double. Back here at Citi Field. Here's Francisco Lindor. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a foul ball. Here's a 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball. And that skips into dirt. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And now it's Juan Soto. That one misses, and it's 2-1. And that's in there at the knees.
3-2.
well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, makes the grab, 1 down.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well.
Swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Just off the inside edge. Lindor off of first with 2 away. And that one missing low. And a base hit. They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Everything came together for him. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Up the middle. They get the force. That's the inning. Top of the second. So now here's the Mets DH. Starling Marte. And a base hit. And a good start to the inning. Around first, heading for 2. Around second is Marte. And he makes it into third with a leadoff triple.
He was all over that one. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Runner at third, nobody out. Here at the top of the second. That misses the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Really good take. Strikes.
ground ball up the middle. Lindor. The throw to first. That's out number one. And a run comes in to score. And now here's Jeff McNeil.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
Swings and misses. Now 1-2. On the ground. Lindor on to first. Now 2 out. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. 2 outs. Sets him down on strikes. Fastball at the letters, throws him for strike 3. Bottom of the second. Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. That's a laser base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field.
Baden. There's one. Relay to first. Double play.
As a former player, watching 5-4-3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
On the ground right side. McNeil gets it to first, and that is that. Back here in Queens, digging in, it's the speedy outfielder Tyrone Taylor. Off the mark there, and a count 2-1. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Taylor makes the catch, and there's one down. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And a swing and a miss.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have a range and close holes that.
Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there, out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 3-0. Base is empty, one away. Here's Juan Soto.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Outside low, 3-1. And as well, lots of pop in that bat. So you combine the slug with really good defense. And that one misses outside. It's ball 4.
It's been a little bit of a shaky inning, but he's still in a good spot to get out of this thing without giving up any more runs. He's just got to turn the page and go after this next guy.
Ripped on a line to center. And that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor. That one hit to right. Soto. And it's caught for the out. Back to the top of the lineup. Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. There's a swing and a drive. That'll make it out of here. And they inch closer. It's 3-1. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Juan Soto. One down, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. A wind in the pitch. Right side, hard hit. Tosses to first. They get the out on Soto. 2 down, base is empty. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. And he grounds one back up the middle, sneaks through, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, Let's see it.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Brandon Nimmo. Ball to strike. The pitch. Nice grab to first. What a play. Inning over. As we go to the top of the fourth, here's Starling Marte. And that one clips the corner. Battling here as he fouls it away. Down and in, moved his feet. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Alonso hauls it in, and there's one away. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
It's in and out of his glove. Still fires to first, and they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. Jeff McNeil stands in. The 1-1. That one missing inside.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. That's hard hit in the line. Corrals it. And that's the 3rd out. Bottom of the 4th, Starling Marte up to hit.
The designated hitter, Starling Marte.
Next offering is in for a strike. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Puts it away for the out.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
That misses. 3-1 now. Hit on the ground to short. Lindor fires over to first. 2 away. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. That one missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
And that's a 2-out double.
Back-to-back base hits. High fastball, even a little above the zone, but such a good job of staying tall on the backside, getting that barrel there to meet it just in time. I'll tell you what, it's not easy to do.
Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous. Alvarez at third. McNeil on at second with 2 down. That to right. Soto going after it. Makes the grab, and the inning. Back here at Citi Field, we go to the top of the 5th. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. On the ground to third. Fires across the diamond, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Now at the plate, Tyrone Taylor. And a 1-1. Just missed.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That's outside, and it's a full count. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Good job to fight that one off. Goes down looking. And now it's Frankie Lindor. Fouls one off. 2-2. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that extends the inning.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes.
Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And the batter now, Juan Soto. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Out to center. Taylor under it. And that is that. Bottom of the inning. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Jose Buto will take over here.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
Well, these Mets doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side.
They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
So up next for New York, Juan Soto. There's a line drive to left field. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. Soto at first, one gone. Ripped, and this one could be extra bases. Soto around second, heads for third. The relay not gonna get him. He's in there.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great
line drive. Base hit into the outfield. The run scores from third. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1. 2 on, 1 out. And now here is Starling Marte. On the ground, could be 2. Over to McNeil. Over to Alonso for the inning-ending double play. Top of the 6th inning. Stepping in, Pete Alonso.
For the New York Mets, number 54.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one's back there. Leaping, and he brought it back.
Well, he just took one away from one of the best in the league. It's not going to happen very often, but when you get the opportunity, better make the play, and he did right there.
Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
Now it's the DH, Starling Marte. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Not a bad pitch by any means. Down and away, right on the corner of the zone. Just a better swing, Boog. Stayed through it and hit it hard the other way.
Fastball for a strike at 95. Marte, the runner at first with 2 gone. And it remains 2-2. And a breaking ball misses outside.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
This one popped up. Baden makes the grab, and that'll do it. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now the third baseman, Brett Baty. Checks his swing. Now an appeal to third. No, he held up. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Still able to get it there in time. And they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. And here is Francisco Alvarez. Broken bat, and it's popped up. McNeil has this one sized up. 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. Lined, and that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
All over that one right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
And now Tyrone Taylor up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Back-to-back singles. Let that pitch get pretty deep on him, so I think he was looking to go the other way. It was off speed and inside, though, so a good adjustment to shoot it back up the middle.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 75.
At the plate, Francisco Lindor. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Squeezes it, and that is the third out of the inning. Back here in Queens, now here is Jeff McNeil. Line drive, base hit right field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
And that's a base hit. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter, so no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Baden gets it to first. That's the first out in the top of the 7th.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel.
And that one gets away at the plate. But no advance from the runners. 2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Struck him out of the slider, and there's 2 gone. Juan Soto up now for the Mets.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. 1 runs in. There comes the throw.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. A 2-run shot. It's 7-2.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
2 outs, nobody on. And next one, this one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Into the bullpen and gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they tack on to their lead. It's 8-2. Now, Starling Marte. Got him looking. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah, I love the A's lineup. I mean, guys like Ricky Henderson, Dave Kingman, Terry Steinbach. I mean, you just go on and on. Tony Armas, just some tremendous rosters back then. And I loved as a kid getting on the BART train, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, pulling up right there to the stadium and then going in and watching the game.
In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. You also had the pleasure of going over and hitting and taking batting practice at a... Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Out of here. A gigantic blast. And they cut into the lead. It's 8-3. Next to hit, Brandon Nimmo. On the ground at first. And he takes it himself for the out. And now the Mets DH, Starling Marte. And there's a ball. Hit in the air, right field. He makes the grab. That is the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. Next pitch is outside.
Well, these Mets, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Cutter on the inside edge of the plate. That's a tough pitch to handle, but he seemed to have no problem with it whatsoever. Turned on it nicely.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couple of singles back to back. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Quickly to second for one. On to first, double play.
Got what he was looking for on the mound right there, and his infielders took care of business. Pretty textbook execution between short and second to turn that into 2 outs.
In the air to left down the line. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Back here at Citi Field. On to the bottom of the 8th. Now the third baseman, Brett Beatty. Here's a 1-1. High fly ball out towards left center. Nimmo ranging after it. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. And next for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. 1 out, base is empty. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Drilled out towards left center field. Taylor going back onto the track, and he makes the catch. Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. That pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-2. McNeil checks his swing. Appeal down to third. No swing. He held up. Darryl Parker with the call there. Next offering is downstairs. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That ball's carrying. Gone. Straight into the visitors' bullpen. Base is empty with 2 away. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. He swings and fouls one off. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Ground ball to the right side. They take the force out, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. We go to the 9th. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. Lindor swings through that one.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
And that just misses.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Comes a 2-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
On the ground, right side. And that squirts through. So he ends up with a hit after seeing a lot of pitches. That was a good at bat.
Now batting, right fielder,
Juan Soto up now for the Mets. Foul ball. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Lindor gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Swings and misses. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. And here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Nimmo grabs it on the run.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Ground ball, Alonso puts the tag on him leaving the box, and that's the 3rd out. So bottom of the 9th, and now the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Into the second deck it goes. He's done it again. His 2nd homer of the game, and they close the gap. It's 8-5, and a base hit right there. So a man aboard. Next is the designated hitter, Starling Marte. That just misses. Now 3-1. Ground ball left side, could be 2. To second for 1. Over to Alonso. Double play. So they're down to their final out. So up next for New York, Brett Beatty. 2 down, nobody on. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. They'll circle the bases. It's their second home run of the inning, and they cut into the deficit. It's 8-6. 2-run game, a 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Just missing there. Yeah, that's ball 2. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
These hitters had the long ball working for them today. 4 home runs had a lot to do with them coming out on top.
Final score of 8-6 in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The